Ben and Arthur.
R.I.P. Ben, R.I.P. Arthur.
R.I.P. Arthur's brother. R.I.P. John Williams Priest. R.I.P. lawyer.
Lawyer's assistant.
Yeah, we never even see the lawyer. That's just the lawyer's secretary.
Oh, geez, sorry.
They've mentioned that in one line of dialogue.
Our attorney's secretary. Someone killed her. Oh my God.
R.I.P. 90 minutes of our life.
More drastic measures. Definitely more drastic measures for these two idiots. Definitely.
So this is Ben and Arthur, one of our favorite go-to movies to watch on B Movie Night, behind the scenes.
Who's that? That was Mildred. She said somebody broke into the garage. We should go down and check our things.
Bye!
My diamonds! My CD wallet! It's got Chumbawamba!
I think we've probably watched this movie 5 or 6 times now in the last year or two.
Yeah. Rich, would you like to tell us? You do all the mail.
Yeah, we do the mail, and sometimes you see repeats of things. And Ben and Arthur was coming up a few times.
Yeah.
And, maybe, it's coming up. You get like multiple copies of something. Maybe there's something to it. So you put it in, you check it out. What do we got? What do we got?
How many copies do you think of Ben and Arthur were sent to our studio?
18 million copies.
Oh my God, that's almost as many as Mean Guns starring Ice-T that we keep getting copies of for some reason.
So, Rich, tell us all about Ben and Arthur.
Ben and Arthur is a story written by an angry, frustrated gay man.
Fuck it another 2 years, Ben. This is ignorance and completely unfair. This country fucking sucks. It just fucking sucks. Oh.
I think I understand where Sam Rovich is coming from.
Fucking sucks, Ben.
Hey, can you relax?
Like, he's grown up, and his parents are probably like, you're just going through a phase.
You're just confused right now.
I'm not confused.
Or, the church doesn't like this.
Are you still haunted by these demons?
What's that?
I mean, are you still a homosexual, is what I mean. Those demons.
And he's grown up in a world where he can't be himself, and he just spewed it out into this script.
Yeah, it's similar to like The Room, like Tommy Wiseau. That came from a very pure place where he really thought everyone betrayed him.
It's over! It's not over. Everybody betrayed me. I fed up with this world.
Like he really, that was a serious attempt at a drama about how people are mean to him. But in the case of this, yeah, you can tell that the writer-director star is very upset about a lot of
He's
the way he's been
angry at
treated.
the world, and he's angry about a lot of things that relate to him, his lifestyle, and not being able to be himself, being persecuted. I get it.
Which is fair and understandable. Unfortunately, he made one of the worst movies of all time.
Just because you have strong feelings about something, maybe you shouldn't vomit them up and just throw them at the world if you have no talent.
You fuck.
The character is messy, very messy.
It was meticulously decorated by the set
it's
designer.
supposed to look like that. I see.
Okay. I think I took it
It represents the state of his mind.
regardless of how well you know someone.
Rich is a true film critic.
What does the actual script behind his head represent?
Oh,
Sam Rovich, the writer-director star, plays Arthur, and his love interest in the film, the one that he wants to marry.
Super hot model dude.
Yeah, it's clear when you look at him, you're like, okay, that one's the writer-director. That other guy's a higher talent. It's pretty clear which is which.
So what's the story of the movie itself?
Lots of persecution.
That's
Lots of
basically
people angry about Sam and Arthur's love.
That's basically it. Yes.
Yeah.
it's a gay drama, right?
Yeah.
And this, real quick, this film was released by CQC, Cultural Q Connection. So I looked it up. They do a lot of LGBTQ films. It's everything.
A lot of David Dakota movies.
No. It seems to be a little less crass and sleazy than
So
that.
a little classier.
More like
Movies about real issues, probably.
Okay.
More so like a David Dakota movie is just, I mean, it's the gay equivalent of our usual best of the worst exploitation movies.
The gay equivalent of Shark Exorcist.
But this company, I just browsed it real quick, and they have a ton of titles, and they picked this movie up for distribution at probably one of their earliest films. We found an interview with the director, his brother, Chris Mirovich.
Oh, is that his actual brother?
They have the same last names. I guess they could be husbands, but it says editing, Chris Mirovich and Sam Mirovich. So this Chris character is only credited as the editor.
I hope that's not his real brother, because that final scene of this movie would be incredibly awkward to watch with your real brother.
No. Yeah, he just did the editing. Maybe Sam edited the nudie scene.
And if it's his husband, it'd be incredibly awkward that he hired the model to play his husband.
That's
That's why the sex scenes were so awkward.
No, honey, you're playing my brother. I'm gonna be doing the makeout scenes with this guy.
What a hunk!
What a hunk!
Hey, they got to sell the movie somehow. You look at the cover and Sam's not on it.
In fact, there's quite a discrepancy of the size of the photos on the back.
Yeah.
But we did find an interview with them from BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Where they said this is the worst gay movie of all time. The worst movie of all time, The Room, whatever. But they said this is the worst gay movie of all time.
You know, I resent that. You care more about some man named Jesus that you never even met.
Oh, there's the camera on the reflection.
We're leaving.
Is if you find her flipped around so they could see the shot, because there's no one behind it.
You need to pray for.
A mistake? He had a little money to invest in a movie. He wanted to make a movie. He wasn't quite experienced in filmmaking, clearly.
You'd never guess.
Oh, what are you gonna do about it?
The table with the New Year's Eve party hat on it fell over. And it has all the hallmarks of a terrible low-budget movie. All the classic traps one falls into when making a low-budget movie.
But not like the power fantasy of the typical vanity project. This isn't the I am the toughest, most sexy man.
No, this is somebody who feels like they've been oppressed and treated
victim's
I am
unfairly.
the most persecuted man is what this is.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that comes from a real place, and
With a twist of revenge.
Yeah.
with a twist. Well, that's the weird thing is like the movie starts, and it's like, and this is 2002, so it was a different time. But he's talking about they turn on the radio, and it's definitely the real radio broadcast that says gay marriage is now legal in Hawaii.
Today's latest news, it's been a long battle here in Hawaii. The public has long awaited the final decision of the Court of Hawaii, and the courts have voted yes. Homosexuals do have the right to get married. Judge Kevin Chang's ruling has made history in this country.
So they're like, we're going to Hawaii. They booked the trip.
Let's fucking go to Hawaii!
Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go!
The tickets are non-refundable.
They're non-refundable.
And then the next day, the newspaper tells them, never mind. And so they say, well, I guess there's no reason to go to Hawaii now with our non-refundable tickets. So we're just not going to go. We're just going to eat that cost.
They're non-refundable.
We can never get married now. We'd have to go to Vermont.
I don't see why we can't go see an attorney here in California and get married here. Why do we have to go all the way to Vermont?
Yeah, that's what they mentioned is Vermont. It's you can get married in Vermont, but that never came up before. They were like talking about Hawaii as if it's like, this is our first opportunity to get married.
So we go to Vermont to get our civil union license, and if the state rejects to recognize it, then we go to the U.S. Supreme Court.
That's right.
And there's many questions. There's a lot of questions. There's more questions on partners. First, we thought his brother was the Arthur.
Oh, yeah, because you see
Sorry.
their names in the credits.
Ben.
Oh, we're gonna just keep fucking that up.
No, see, I have a system. Ready?
Okay.
Ben, right?
Yeah.
B for bald, as in not bald. Okay?
B for bald as in not
Not
bald?
So bald, as in balding. Like
Yeah.
Sam, aka Arthur, A, is the one that's balding. B.
You've lost me.
Reverse it. It would be so much easier.
I give up.
Sam is the main character. He's A. A comes before B. Was
Oh.
Ben.
Yes. Okay. And also, when you think of B, if it would be so much easier if the balding one was named Ben, right? But
Ben is bald. Yes. B.
then flip it. Ben is not the one that's balding.
Okay.
That's so simple and elegant, Mike.
Ben is. You just got to invert it in your head. Ben is the one with the glorious head of hair. Arthur is the one who has alopecia. Right? Okay. Got it. Ben.
All right.
The one who is not bald is Ben because he's not bald.
Yes.
But the one who has alopecia
Is Arthur.
Is Arthur because he actually has alopecia.
Yes. Or he needs A to pay. Per A. Listen, I got a system. Okay. So what I'm saying is Sam plays Arthur, right?
Okay.
And then, so he has some money to invest in this film.
Yeah.
Originally we thought Ben was his actual brother. And then we thought,
Yes,
oh,
because I think
that's-
we saw both their names in the credits or
Yes.
something. The
We-
two
yes,
Moroviches.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we thought that's why the sex scenes are so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Then we realized that Ben is probably, he's not an actor. We looked him up. He has his one role, and that's this movie. Either he was a friend or these are like modeling photo.
Yeah,
right?
that
So
has nothing to do with the movie, that cover. It looks like the cover of some sort of magazine or something.
It's his, it could be his like professional, headshots are for actors, like body shots. I don't know what you call them. Whatever, promotional shots for like a model.
Right.
Because this is his only film credit.
This is only film credit. So Sam Morovich probably paid like a model, and he's not a bad actor.
Well, you know, if it bothered you so much and you felt so strongly about it, why didn't you say something then?
He's not, I mean, come on, in the context.
Mike is right. Mike is
Compared
right.
to everyone else in this movie, okay.
There's that scene where he's arguing with his wife, you know, and like he's not bad.
What's his name?
Not that it matters to you, but his name's Arthur, and we're gonna get married.
Sam is terrible.
What? Hey Ben, how's it going? Yeah Ben, I just can't stand working here anymore, you know, this place is just driving me up the wall.
So quit. If you don't like it, find another job.
Yeah, I should, you know, I just can't stand it here anymore. You know, the boss is bitchy, the customers are cranky, and the hours suck, you know, and, you know,
Everyone else is terrible.
What I said is Sam Morovich, he looks like he's angry. He looks like he's annoyed to have to act in the movie.
I told him to get his stupid wife over soon and get the divorce papers signed.
Like maybe he didn't want to act, maybe he just wanted to write and direct, but he knew that he couldn't get anybody else, so he's in the movie.
Well, probably because you're some crazy, psychotic fuck.
This makes perfect sense to me, though, because when you make a movie, before you make the movie, it sounds like a terribly fun idea.
Yes.
Hey, I've got all these crazy ideas. Wouldn't it be fun if we made a movie? Mm-hmm. And then you start making the movie.
Yeah.
Here's my list of demand. Here's my list of demand. Here's my list of demand. Oh, God.
It is not fun to make a movie.
I hate myself. But then there's other actors in the film that are probably like bottom tier LA casting. Because the article that we read on BuzzFeed, there's an interview with the director on BuzzFeed. He talks about the movie and he's not ashamed of it. He's like, yeah, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I did my best.
It's good to have a sense of humor about this.
You can talk about the technical flaws of a bad movie, right? Like, it's your first movie. Like, I don't know about like recording ambient sound or tone, as they say. lost all sound.
Isn't this great, Ben?
To fill a scene so that there isn't a shot with just dead sound, right? You need tone to cover a background, to blend all your edits together. There's certain basics of editing making a movie, right?
Maybe use a microphone.
We'll take care of all that shit when we get back to California. Let's just enjoy it. Enjoy. We have 3 more days here. We have dinner plans tonight.
Okay.
All right?
You can't even see the fountain. Why film it here?
A microphone is good.
Maybe don't use cardboard as your church set.
There's that. There's all the classic pitfalls of making a low budget movie are in this, and that's what makes it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great. This is really relaxing. Hello?
So Sam has some money. He gets some actors involved in this project. There's the detective guy, the LAPD detective guy, who looks like a guy you'd hire for like Detective 4.
Yeah.
In like CSI.
Oh yeah.
Something,
This movie is super LA in terms of all the side characters where you're like, that guy works in a restaurant, that guy works at Starbucks, and you're just like, all these people have their day jobs.
Yes.
And this is them trying to get into acting.
For the most part, they show up as extras.
Yeah.
And then they put that on their resume.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was.
And you look them up on IMDb, and they're in like Bad Boys 3 as like bar patron, uncredited.
Or student film, this or that. Like there's the priest who looks like John Williams.
Well, that actually was John Williams. I looked it up.
Oh.
That's really John Williams. Yeah.
Oh my
He's
God.
trying to break into acting.
Yeah. I mean, he's done lots of great scores, but when you're trying to get into acting, it's all about who you know. So he doesn't have any actor friends to work off of. So
Everyone he knows is a director.
yeah, exactly.
He doesn't know anybody in the industry, John Williams.
No.
His friend Steven didn't answer the phone that weekend. He wanted to
God.
shoot a film.
The phone rang, and Steve's like, "Oh no, John wants to act." I can't. We're not taking any calls from John for the next month.
Well, the congregation is concerned that your brother's homosexuality may rub off on their children and send their souls straight to hell.
Anyway, so the cast is set.
You know, Arthur, we have ways to cure that for you. If you just join us for Bible study 5 days a week, we could take care of that for you and cleanse that sinfulness of yours.
Stage is set.
You forgot the most important cast member, and that's Sam's apartment.
Arthur, my bike is gone.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Goes through a lot of changes throughout the course of the film.
It is probably the thing that just stands out at you most in this movie is that shitty ass apartment with like folding tables for a desk and no furniture.
Furniture.
There's fucking just garbage all over the place. There's a fucking mattress that's just propped up against the wall because it's LA and shit's expensive and like 7 actors live there.
Yeah. Well, in one scene there's a bed. In another scene there's an air mattress. Oh, you got a futon. You got rid of. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, he's dead. Get back to life.
It's a miracle.
They're in that episode of the Timescape episode from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
In one scene, there's a Halloween decoration, and then we fade out and fade back into later that day. The Halloween decoration is gone.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, someone took down the Halloween decorations while he was gone.
And there's some Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
And there's depressing wall art, apartment art.
As we learned
Depressing
from Pat
art
Oswald.
apartments.
Depressing art apartments. Thanks, Rich. Yeah. Oh God. Okay. So this is like, if you were in your 20s, right?
You're struggling. I mean, it's not it's a decent sized apartment for LA.
It is. The master bedroom ensuite is quite large. There's a bedroom. Then there's this little like carpeted hallway part within the ensuite, and then there's the bathroom.
In reality, there's 2 actors that live in that hallway. One lives in the bathroom.
You're thinking of New York City.
Struggling actors in LA? Are you kidding me? They all live in there.
Yeah, so if you remember that time of your life when you were in your early 20s and you moved to a bigger city and you had $0 and you tried the best apartment you could possibly get for your $500 a month in the slummiest area, in the nastiest apartment, and the worst furnishings you could think of, like your cheap coffee maker, you have your computer on a folding table, there's no room, the printer is jammed next to it.
The TV is just on the ground?
The TV's on the ground.
At some point, though, they upgrade to a nice burgundy tablecloth for the computer table.
It goes from no tablecloth to a white tablecloth to the fancy burgundy tablecloth.
The Martha Stewart burgundy computer tablecloth.
There's more character development for this apartment than there is for Ben and Arthur.
Oh, look at all that garbage. Clean up.
Maybe he's moving out. The apartment has so many character arcs. It's constantly it's what they call a dynamic character.
Oh, look at that.
Some smoke.
Put a little smoke bomb on the gun.
See the spark coming out of it.
Yep.
Then there's Ben or Arthur. Which one? No, when it goes, Ben isn't bald. Ben is bald. Ben isn't bald. So he's not Arthur, who is bald. Yeah. Okay, so then you have Arthur's brother, who has an even worse apartment, even though he's supposed to be like rich.
Arthur goes to him for money.
For their marriage license. Right?
Well, first for his marriage license, and then because he wants to go back to college.
I need $2,000 for my tuition to college.
That plot that was just dropped?
Yeah.
When he wanted to go back to school, business school?
He wants to go to business school.
To open porn shops.
That's another venture. That happens later in the film.
Remember Ben and Arthur talk about what their plans for the future are after they decide to get married?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a degree in business.
Really?
Yep. I'm thinking about opening up my own little porno shop.
No shit. Well, that's cool if that's what you want to do. It's good to have some goals.
Are they just meeting now? Is this a flashback?
They don't know anything about each other, apparently.
Go for it.
But then, yeah, cuts to Ben, not bald, is washing dishes in the back of a coffee shop. Yeah. He's washing those dishes.
Well, first he's waiting for someone to say action, and then he starts to wash the dishes.
Because that's why we have editing. I mean, don't have editing.
Action. 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 Action.
Then, yeah, he says, well, you know, I have an advanced degree in nursing.
You have a degree in nursing. You know, what the heck are you doing here?
I got my music. That's what I want to do. It's, you know, I like this job.
But I'd rather...
He wants to be a musician, and that's never brought up again.
And that's what holds him back.
And it never comes up again.
Never.
I forgot he was a
never
musician.
played. He should play like a love song on his guitar, and they should have a little scene where we get his the scope of his talents as a musician. Never happens. They discover that Vermont has legalized gay marriage.
Off camera, this happens.
Yes.
They're just like, oh, Hawaii didn't work out. Let's go to Vermont. Apparently, they've already been.
Whatever happened? Did they not get a refund on those airline tickets?
They were unrefundable, Mike.
But Ben, we just bought the tickets. They're non-refundable.
They just wasted that Hawaiian vacation.
They could go to Hawaii and just not get married, but still have a nice vacation in Hawaii, but they just don't go.
So what are we gonna do?
I mean, that could have paid for his 7th of the rent for another 2 months.
But then they go to Vermont. When they fly...
Beautiful tropical Vermont.
Vermont.
They fly from Los Angeles, presumably. They never establish where it's at, but...
We know.
We know.
We know.
We know.
Can't you find a section anywhere in LA where there's just not palm trees in your shot for Vermont? Can you handle that?
A blank room would have worked.
What is this, John Carpenter's Halloween?
They did a pretty good job of that.
Except when you see the outdoor school hallways.
The outdoor school there,
that's absurd.
There's a couple palm trees that show up.
There's a couple, yeah. Outdoor school hallways and lockers. in the Midwest is
That doesn't exist.
In Haddonfield,
Illinois.
Yeah, no. I was like, why are the lockers outside as a kid? I have only seen that in summer school with Mark Summers.
Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon. Mark Summers is the Double Dare guy.
That's the Double Dare guy.
Mark Summers wasn't in summer school, so that's how you know Mark Summers was the Double Dare guy.
You watch it. I've got my own methods, and it's been working 30% of the time. Okay, I still get Ben and Arthur.
Wow, that's
confused.
less than chance.
Look, the important part is that they go from LA to Vermont on Air Alaska.
On Alaska Airlines.
But they go home on FedEx.
Oh, here they are. They're getting FedEx back. They hid themselves in boxes to save some money.
They spent so much money on the tickets.
Okay.
They had to fly freight. on the way home.
Can't you just sit there by the airport and just wait for a different plane to go by?
They waited for one plane. They can't wait around any longer, Rich. We got a plane. It's a plane.
Although someone who's like 30 should think of these things. These are high school things, or I should say junior high school things. When you make a movie in junior high school, you know, we're going on a trip, everybody. You just film any old airplane that leaves the airport, not realizing the markings on it say FedEx. I guess he's pretty grown up, right? Yeah.
Too grown up for that kind of mistake, yeah.
Yeah.
Grown up enough to have LOP ship.
Ben and Arthur have been together for long enough where they know they want to get married. But Ben did not tell Arthur that he was already married to a female.
Right.
I need to tell you something.
Whoa! You teleported.
I have a mutant superpower.
I'm a vampire.
I'm still finishing up a divorce with my wife.
You should have told him that before he bought the tickets.
What?
The non-refundable tickets.
They're non-refundable.
Who shows up at their apartment. She's very upset. She doesn't believe he's actually gay. And then she comes back with a gun.
She has two scenes. Her first scene is, where have you been? Why are you living with this man?
Yeah.
And then he says, I'm a homosexual. And she says, no, you're not. You're just confused. And he said, get out. I want a divorce. And she says, no way, mister. Next scene.
Arthur was completely unaware that he was married.
What?
Yeah, I guess so.
You think that would have been a spot of drama right there?
Mm-hmm.
Dear Diary, I can't believe Ben. He's married to some bitch named Tammy.
You think that's you know, why didn't you tell me? That's some drama right there. It's just never brought up again.
It's just
gone. It happened. Like Arthur's hair, it's just gone.
But then the second time the wife shows up, she brings a gun.
Yes.
Everyone in this film has guns. They have a gun, okay? And it's like that plastic squirt gun that everybody has with it's like a 9mm, like a cop gun, right?
Yeah.
And then it has the sliding back trigger. It's
Yeah.
like a pellet gun or a water gun. Everybody has it in the whole world. And you could spray paint it flat black, and it's a great movie prop, right? Apparently, according to the credits, it was rented by Hollywood Rentals. And then once their deposit check bounced for the rental of the gun, Hollywood Rentals took their gun back, and then they had to use a space gun.
They had to go to the dollar store and get sci-fi gun.
Oh, now he's got a space gun.
Oh my God! He comes from the future.
Look, it's either the gun or the apartment. We gotta choose one.
or to eat ramen noodles this week. We have to make the choice.
They already repossessed my air mattress.
The repo man came for the air mattress.
I'm awkwardly sleeping on Arthur now.
Arthur's brother, a devout Christian, a possibly closeted gay, has a gun.
Where'd you get that from?
And this little puppy is the same one I used to kill that little friend of yours when you were little.
What? Oh, this is new.
You're a sick cunt, you know that? You know what I should have done back then?
He's had that gun since he was little?
Yeah. And it's mentioned that he murdered Arthur's friend, gay friend, when he was little.
This is a very late in the movie revelation.
This is very late.
With the same gun, yeah.
They all have the same gun until it's replaced by a Buck Rogers water gun.
Does the priest have a gun?
The priest does not have a gun. Okay. The priest has a cardboard cross. They have a lawyer. They hire a lawyer because even though they got married in Vermont, they're worried about the legalities of getting married in California.
Of it being, counted as a real marriage in California.
So obviously the brother had to hire a private detective, which he didn't really use, and then killed the lawyer's assistant.
Yeah, he sneaks into a parking garage and just shoots her point blank in the face.
An innocent attorney.
Detective Hitman's on the case.
No, that's the guy.
That's the brother.
Oh, that was the brother. That's right. That's right.
My brother is a homosexual. He's going to be marrying a man. I need to find out what his next move is, and I need to stop this insanity.
What his next move is?
Probably to get married.
Yeah. Well, they are married.
That's true.
But what his next move after getting married?
Because he doesn't want them progressing with their marriage. See, I think the idea of this movie is that they are oppressed by society and told they can't get married. Yeah. So the result of that, if you just let them get married, they could just live a happy life. And I think that's kind of the motive of the movie, is that because of that roadblock of them not being able to get married,
it just leads to tons of bloodshed.
It just leads to bad things. So let gays get married, which has happened by now.
Yeah.
This was 2002.
Yeah.
And so that's the premise of the movie, is that a chain of events just leads to death and destruction because of this roadblock of them not being able to marry. The worst mistake that Arthur made was going to his religious brother. He may not have known he was religious. That was one of the big laugh out loud moments of the movie. He shows up and he's like, this guy opens the door who looks like Andy Dick in a bathrobe, and he's like, hi, it's me. I'm your brother Arthur. He's like, Arthur?
I haven't seen you in 7 years. We're 35 years old.
I haven't seen you in 7 years. Since you were 31 or 28.
Hey Vic, it's me, your brother, Arthur.
Arthur? I haven't seen you in, what, at least 7 years?
Yeah.
You don't recognize me? You basically look the same.
Yeah.
It's not, I haven't seen you in 25 years. I haven't seen you in 7 years.
I haven't seen you since we were 2 years old.
And they don't recognize
It should have been like, I haven't seen you since I was 9, and our parents kicked you out when you came out.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to tie that together, sure.
Some are very religious parents.
Yes.
Even you could make it, very expository if you want. But he goes to his brother, who lives in a nastier apartment.
It's even worse. There's like shit on the walls.
like literally, there's shit on the walls.
Yeah.
And he's got a Holy Bible, and he starts asking him immediately about Jesus. And then Arthur thinks it's a great idea to ask him for $2,000 to go back to school, to learn business, to open a gay porn shop.
Yes.
Look,
Perfect investor.
Why does he
I
need
need
money?
$2,000 for my tuition to college.
Oh.
Don't ask me, ask the movie.
You might get an answer.
I'm not used to that.
I know what kind of little business you're running.
Oh, do you? Tell me, how did you find that out?
Because I hired a private investigator.
A what?
Yeah, a private investigator. And he told me that you're running a porno shop. I can't believe you.
Did he start doing that off camera?
That was his dream.
I know he mentioned it was his dream, but
We didn't see him do that.
as far as I know, it hasn't happened.
You know the brother's wealthy because he has a poster of a Monet painting.
Yeah.
And he owns 2 calves.
The the cat was in the little play tower that was like literally 6 inches behind them when 4 people were crowded together having dinner.
And by dinner, you mean graham crackers.
Yeah, they went over to their brother's house for fancy graham
Spare
cracker
no
dinner.
expense.
What's so funny? What is it gonna take you to realize that you gotta divorce that guy? Look, you've got to accept Jesus as your savior. Jesus.
He becomes like the Wile E. Coyote. He keeps showing up, like sneaking up in their apartment. At one point, he tapes a magic potion to their door. This is the weirdest thing.
Well, I have this secret holy water recipe that you can give Arthur that'll cleanse him of all his demons that possess him and turn straight.
Well, how does it work?
Just make him drink it.
I really need him to stop being gay, thank you.
And he's shocked when it doesn't work.
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't just take that magic potion that I taped to the door off and drink it. Why didn't they do that?
Yeah, it's Victor. Look, the potion didn't work. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
You know what? I can.
I thought for sure taping it to the door would do the trick.
Arthur knows that it's his brother's potion that will expel the demons from him.
He knows immediately.
He knows all about this somehow. It's never brought up.
It's some stupid potion from my brother. It's supposed to free demons out of your soul when you drink it.
Stupid.
I'm gonna throw this away with this.
It's called vodka.
So glad that was resolved.
See, what... Now, logic would say, what should have happened, Rich?
He should have said, opened the door, saw the bottle, and said, "What's this?"
No.
And then just thrown it in the garbage.
Yeah. But movie speak. Arthur, right? Protagonist, clearly. Brother knocks on the door. My brother, I'm so sorry for being mad that you were gay. You know, the Jesus is the great one, and he will forgive you for your sins. I also want to forgive you. Let's have a dinner. And let's talk about this, and maybe, we could work it out. Arthur says, great, I'll cook up some ramen noodles and hot dogs. While the ramen noodles and hot dogs are boiling, I'm going to go in the bathroom. Arthur's brother pours the potion in their Faygo Cola and in wine glasses, their Faygo Cola in wine glasses, and tries to trick them to drink the demon expulsion potion.
I like that you're being logical but still realistic to their production level. That's
and lifestyle.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because they don't have
Everything
a
you
lot.
just said works on multiple levels.
Right.
That's good.
And so that's what would happen. But instead, he takes packing tape.
And he doesn't have it ready before he walks over to the door. So
He's
there's
like,
this awkward moment
fucking
where he
tape.
spends like 30 seconds trying to get the tape
You'd
off
think
the
Ben and
roll.
Arthur would have all the packing tape from their FedEx flights. But the Christian brother has access to packing tape. I don't know.
Maybe they left them some of the FedEx tape. It was just like a housewarming party after the graham cracker dinner. we brought you some tape.
That was a cut scene, a deleted scene. We got this from our flight from...
Complimentary from FedEx Air.
Yeah, from our Vermont. We got this from our... It was what they passed out in the...
Third class.
The stewardess passes out like packing tape and peanuts, bubble peanuts. Oh yeah, airline peanuts take on a whole new meaning on a FedEx flight.
Maybe that's why they used the footage of the FedEx plane.
So we've talked about the brother. We've talked about how he's religious. I think we need to talk about his church.
Yes. Let's talk about the church.
His children's elementary school production level church.
Okay, so you're a no-budget filmmaker. You have very little money, and you have a 560 square foot apartment in Hollywood, California, in the dingiest apartments. Maybe an apartment building that was once a motel in the 1950s.
Could be.
Converted to an apartment complex, right?
And you can only film when your roommates are at the restaurant.
Your 6 other roommates are working at the restaurant. their shifts at the restaurant. That's the only time you could film. You have a half an hour window.
You have to factor in time-wise the time it takes to deflate the air mattress and re-inflate the air mattress before they get home. So that eats up, a decent amount of production time.
Because the one works the graveyard shift at the coffee shop, and he comes home at 6 a.m. and he wants to go to sleep on the air mattress.
Yes.
So you can't have this big set in the living room. He needs to go to sleep.
You have 37 minutes a day that you can actually shoot your film.
Yes. So taking into account those hindrances, how do you shoot in a church? Do you go into a local church and say, "Hi, we're making a gay movie into St. Peter's Cathedral," and they say no? Then you're done, right? What are your options, Rich?
Well, of me, if I were making this movie,
what would you do?
I would probably actually look for a gay-friendly church, because these places exist, and say, we are making a movie that's all about our plight and struggle.
Sell the social
in the
angle,
LGBT community. Would you please let us film our scene in your church? We have some powerful things we would like to say.
Like a Episcopalian church.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you could go to Home Depot and get some styrofoam insulation walls.
Some cardboard.
Put a little bit of paint on there with a sponge, and then cut out some construction paper stained glass windows.
What about the cross? How do you make a cross? One cannot just simply find a cross.
Well, the air mattress they had to buy last week came in a cardboard box. So you just efficiently you use what you have on hand, which was the cardboard box from the air mattress you bought last week, to fashion a cross.
Is it the cardboard box that the 8th roommate uses as a bathroom? Where's the bathroom? You don't have bathroom privileges until you pay over $800 a month.
He only gave us half the rent last month. We're going to use this bathroom to make our cross.
Right. We make this cross out of a bathroom.
A cross is literally 2 straight lines, right?
Yeah, I know.
You can buy 2 cheap pieces of wood and glue them together.
Correction. You could find pieces of wood that are straight. But instead of cutting...
You could go to the dollar store and just buy a piece of foam board and use a ruler to cut out something that's straight and one piece.
Wait, who has the money for a ruler, Rich? You're talking about multiple things you have to purchase here.
Rich, it's Los Angeles, too. It's the $20 store. You think real estate's expensive there.
Oh, and I also might use a folding table as the pastor's desk.
I don't know if we've ever talked about this before in the many times we've watched this film. That folding table, that's probably the same folding table that he uses for his computer desk, right?
Yeah, probably.
It's gotta be, right?
Well, we were wondering if the church scenes were shot in the apartment.
Yeah, because it's basically one wall set.
Well, you can see there's a stained glass window in the church, and there's obviously light coming in through that, like sunlight. But you can also kind of see it looks like it's leaned up against the border of a patio door.
It's not foam boards. Foam boards would have been smarter.
No, yeah.
It's that heavy kind of almost like it's like that paneling material, because it's foam boards are rigid.
If you're gonna buy that paneling material, just buy the one that's got bricks printed on it, man.
I know.
This is flimsier than that type of panel material we're talking about, because you see in one shot, you see it wavering, you see it wobble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be just like a thick cardboard, like a thick cardstock.
That's possible. See, also too, they appear to have painted it to look like a brown beigeish marble color, right?
Yeah.
And they make faux bathroom stall shower walls that are made to look like fake marble. See, this is all DIY, like low budget movie stuff.
And this would still look like crap, but at least it would have been a lot better.
The thing with fake walls, and we learned this from shooting Gorilla Interrupted.
Give your men this Pepsi of Crystal as a reward.
Is they have to be able to butt together well, right? And half-inch foam insulation is the way to go. 1 inch is a little excessive. Half-inch is enough where it's rigid and you could put something on it. Remember, you could even get marble sticky paper that you can roll out. It just takes a little time to get the bubbles out, but you could make fake marble on foam board and have it be somewhat effective. More effective than paint on a flimsy 8x4 piece of paneling.
We see two pieces of that paneling.
They're not connected.
They're not connected. You see like a shadow between where the two of them are kind of. You see the corner where there's light bleeding in through the corner. They should have just shot in front of a white wall and it would have looked better.
Or found, because a priest has a rectory. Not the best name, but a priest has a rectory, right? And most times it's just looks like an office.
Yeah.
And you can go run inside a church, right? With your Handycam or your Sony VX2000.
Well, we see the exterior church stuff where they clearly got it as quickly as possible.
They shoot an exterior church.
It looks like pervert cam.
It's pervert cam.
They don't know we're filming.
But you know what? Like on a Sunday or, even a Saturday, they have weddings on Saturdays at churches. Go inside a church establishing of a church, cut rectory shot, any old office anywhere, put some papers, and I think the most shocking part, and this is a great movie for us to talk about because we've been shooting movies since we were in high school. Yeah, you get that establishment of a church before someone goes, "Excuse me," and then you're out.
You're already done.
And then you got that establishing shot of a church. But also, they couldn't find a picture of Jesus to hang on their set.
Oh, fuck.
They had to have their kid brother draw one.
Hold on, I'm gonna go get our picture of Jesus. You keep talking, I'll be right back.
It looks like that famous restoration botch. Do you remember a few years ago? It looks just like that.
Oh, fuck.
How long did that take? How long did that take? Well, that was probably really expensive though, right?
$1.
$1?
What's under it? It's a Jesus picture in another picture.
So that was $1 at the thrift store, and
literally $1. The price is on
probably 50 cents because it was like half off
you went
Monday.
on half off Monday?
Yeah.
See, that's also a trick. Thrift stores are a gold mine for movie props.
How much prop hunting have we done in thrift stores?
Oh my God, Rich.
Jesus fucking Christ.
In all the years you've been to thrift stores, Rich, how many Jesus pictures do you think you've seen?
Oh my God. It's at least 4 digits. At least. High 4 digits. We're creeping up on 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time an old lady dies, a Jesus picture ends up in a Goodwill. Right? Okay, so Jay, we bought this Jesus photo for $1, and an elderly lady put the Jesus, she didn't have a frame for this exact weird size. So grandma, who is now in a grave, put her Jesus picture in different frames so that she could hang it on her wall. Yeah. She didn't really care about aesthetics. And clearly the $1 written in crayon at the thrift store was not on there. I just erased it.
It's that easy.
Okay, prior to old lady's death, this was on her wall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another tip too. If you're really hard up for cash at the thrift store, you can just wipe the price off and put whatever you want on there.
Just get a little crayon.
This is another DIY trick. Sometimes thrift stores have the pricing gun, right? Mm-hmm. And a pricing gun, they have stickers that are remove proof. It's not just a solid square that prints out on the pricing gun. It has
It's designed to come off in chunks.
It's designed to come off in chunks. So unless it's like shoddily put on where you could peel it off perfectly and move it to another item, and we've done this before.
I know.
It'll peel off awkwardly.
Sure.
So
we were 15.
15 to 30 in that age range. So, like, you see how easily I wipe that off?
Yeah.
Because it's meant to not ruin the item. So it's done with like a wax writer or a wax marker or pen.
Right.
And so all you got to do is bring in your own. Wipe it off with your finger and rewrite the price, but do it in the style that whoever's been pricing at the Goodwill has been doing. And so
they're not overly concerned about the price of this Jesus picture.
And then whoever's checking out at the cashier,
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Sometimes they won't ring up stuff that doesn't have a price. They're like, "Where's the price?" So if we find something that we really need for a prop or something, pull out that marker. Let's add the price, or let's try to remove the sticker from an item that has a price. And
If
move it
you're
on there.
really careful, you can do that.
Yeah.
You have to be really careful.
You have to
with
be
the
really
sticker.
careful, but you have to watch over your shoulder to make sure no one's watching you.
Yeah.
There's a whole science to this thrift store thing.
This is one of many dozens of Jesus pictures we've had over the years.
Find a Jesus picture for $1.
Yeah. Oh, now we got to buy another one.
And we do not want the relative of a man who defies and desecrates God's holy word here.
We don't care that you murdered a woman, but your brother's gay.
Your brother is gay. This is like the 1600s? Like, really?
So the brother, in his desperation to get the demons out of Arthur, so he can go back into his church, hires a thug where he goes to Ben and Arthur's apartment, and then they attempt to beat Ben to death.
Right. In a scene that we don't see. Ben...
Well, their goal is to murder him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when the cop comes to investigate him, he's like, "Oh, I heard he was murdered," and the cop's like, "What are you talking about? He's in the hospital." So his brother, who has previously had no problems murdering
He's committed
people,
2 murders.
Yeah, he's shot people with a gun, but when he goes after Ben, he does not use his gun for some reason.
They use
It's
bludgeoning
because the
force.
prop store repossessed it, and they didn't have the Flash Gordon gun painted yet.
Oh, okay. Well, they had it painted, but it was still wet, so you can't
Also,
use it in the scene.
His assassin from the Twinkerton agency vanished on him mid-scene.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Stay here. Look, I've changed my mind. I gotta take care of business. Go back to the car. Wait there half an hour. If I don't come back in half an hour, just leave. All right? I've changed my mind. Do you understand? Okay. Go now.
Arthur says, "I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to the Vons."
He has like a list of 50 things to pick up at the store.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay here, but can you pick me up some Twinkies and some Skittles?
Get me some Twinkies. Get me some Skittles.
And, oh yeah, and why don't you get some...
and some soda.
Some soda, too.
Okay.
All right?
All right, sweetie. I'll see you later.
What a great scene.
And then we get to see Arthur come out of the Vons filled with random people that don't want to be in this movie.
This is production value, Mike.
This is production
Look at
value.
all these extras.
Extras. He gets into his car pulls out and drives around. Meanwhile, Arthur's brother, the closeted gay psychopath murderous Christian, and his assassin friend from the Twinkerton agency, who may or may not be the same initial PI that he hired. Remember?
Yeah.
Way back in the... I think this guy's in the assassin wing of the Twinkerton agency. The other guy's in the private investigation wing.
Sure.
He says, "Let's go." They get out of the car. They get out of their Dodge Neon with 176,000 miles on it. It can only... Its top speed is 8 miles an hour before the carburetor explodes. And then they say, "Let's go murder Ben."
Because then Arthur will have to become straight after that.
Right, if his lover and future husband is dead, he will have no choice but to become straight.
What is it gonna take you to realize that you've got to divorce that guy? Look, you've got to accept Jesus as your savior. Jesus.
So they...
It's pretty sound logic.
In a scene that happens off camera, Ben is viciously beaten by these bad guys.
He ends up in the hospital, which we also don't see.
Which we also don't see, but he survives. And then a LA detective comes snooping around, reasons unknown, why he goes to the Christian brother. Any guesses?
We're looking for if you know anything about a Mr. Ben Sheets. Any information on Mr. Ben Sheets?
Oh yeah, he's dead. What else you want to know?
Who told you he was dead? Why do you say that?
Probably when they interviewed Arthur after the fact, who might have done this. I'd say my homophobic prick brother.
Okay, you think
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The detective is on the
That
case.
doesn't amount to anything. What happens after that is Arthur kind of gets pissed off at this point, so he confronts his brother in his brother's dingy apartment.
Yeah.
I want to know who you hired to do that to Ben, you fucking cunt.
Oh no, he breaks into his brother's dingy apartment when
he
his
taps
brother
his phone.
isn't there, and he takes his cell phone. And because Arthur apparently knows how to hack a cell phone, he opens the battery compartment and he puts a bug into his brother's phone.
Where did he get the bug? How does he know how to do this?
Who gives a shit?
We don't know.
But then he goes out to his car and he puts on Walkman headphones.
Also bought at the dollar store.
Also bought at the dollar store. But then he sits in his car and miraculously, not a day, not 2 days, not 3 days, not a week.
Immediately.
30 seconds. the brother immediately calls the priest and confesses. I murdered his brother and blah, 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 blah. I got him all on tape. Then nothing comes of
Well,
that.
we don't know if he got him on tape. He just heard him say it because it's never brought up again. He didn't tape it. He just heard him say it.
Look, because Arthur found out that his brother tried to murder his husband, that means Arthur is now going to burn a priest to death.
Yes.
Yes, the priest is kind of the root of this problem.
I need you to help me to kill my brother and free him from the demons that possess his soul.
I see.
The priest is the one filling Arthur's brother with all these thoughts of... the priest kicks Arthur's brother out of the church, which sends him on the murderous rampage. A homophobic priest, we don't tolerate this. We don't even want you. You're not even a gay. Your brother is. You're out of the church. Fuck it, you're out of the church. Everybody's out of the church. Priest is so mad. So Arthur, in all of his gay rage, runs to the back door of the church, not with a canister of gasoline, because as we said, shooting this guerrilla style, it would look pretty.
You're not going to run into a church.
You gotta have some brass balls to run into a church with an actual gas can.
So he runs in with a milk carton filled with water.
Pours it
and
on.
He sets this priest on fire while
Which we
he's
don't
alive,
see.
which we don't see because how do you shoot that? You just don't.
Maybe it was just water. His revenge was just to pour water on the priest.
Oh, just to mildly annoy him.
Here's some unholy water.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And then the priest says, oh no, now I'm gay.
That would at least been interesting. He's like,
It would have been a different kind of stupid.
You know what would have been fun? If he went back to the gay dance club or strip club that he remember he tried to get a job?
Oh, yeah.
And
In
then,
one scene, he was looking for a job, and he went to a strip club for a job and didn't understand that he was supposed to strip.
Right. The owner of the strip club's like, okay, dance. And he dances, and there's just a disco ball and some tinsel. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, now show me a penis.
That's great. Now, let's see your penis.
And then he's like, I'm not into this. I never thought this would be a requirement at an all-nude gay strip club. I'm out. But he should have gone back there, curse this holy water, make it gay holy water.
Hey, yeah.
And then he'll tell the priest, I had this bottle of holy water cursed.
I think somehow we're making this movie worse, but
I think it would be more interesting. And then he dumps the milk carton of gay, gay, enchanted
unholy water
on the priest, and the priest goes, "I'm burning," and then he has to quit the priesthood. Case solved. But instead,
he's like, "I kind of like men now. I have to leave the church."
But I guess that would be too silly because this is clearly trying to be a serious.
This is trying to be a
film.
drama. Yeah, what you're talking about, like I said, it sounds like a John Waters bit. That sounds like something that would be funny in a comedy movie.
can't be an outrageous.
Yeah, I've gone off the edge into silliness territory. Yeah. This is trying to be a dramatic tragedy film.
But the minute you have your protagonist set a priest on fire while he's still alive, you kind of lose any sort of connection to that character.
If this is like what your movie's about, though, and he goes on the revenge-fueled rampage against everybody after that, I can see how that would work.
He could become like an anti-hero, which he doesn't.
It'd be like the gay falling down.
I was going to say gay taxi driver.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what they were going for.
But instead,
is it?
Yes. They just failed on every level possible.
But instead, he's done murdering after that, and he kind of goes back to normal.
Yeah, you don't have that escalation of like, oh, he killed the priest, now he's gonna try to kill his brother.
Yeah.
Instead, he tries to seduce his brother.
So you want to touch me? You want to fuck me, don't you, Victor?
Look, just drop the gun. Put the gun down. You're gonna hurt somebody. Arthur, put it down.
Here I am. Come and get me.
Which is really weird.
That's after he's cracked.
Yeah.
Because the finale of the film, I guess we'll just go there.
Yeah.
We're there.
Ben is lying in the futon in the bedroom. And Arthur is having
Not
a
to be
shower.
confused with the futon in the living room.
Not to be confused with the futon in the living room that appears mid-scene, which was replaced by a nasty child's mattress.
Yes.
But Arthur's showering, Ben is sleeping, closeted Christian psychopath gay brother shows up ringing the doorbell. Arthur's in the shower. Ben says, someone's at the door. He gets up. Instead of looking through the peephole, he opens the door.
He's too trusting. That's his weakness. That's his downfall.
And what is the brother's name even? Does anybody remember?
No.
But he shoots him with the buck rod.
Victor.
Thanks. That's
Victor
it.
Von
Yeah.
Doom?
Victor Sales.
Victor Sales.
Yes, that's right.
He shoots Ben with the space gun repeatedly. But Ben takes the time to put on a white T-shirt before going to the door. Look through the peephole before you answer it.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh, better put on a white shirt too. Blood will show up real nice in that white shirt. And he gets murdered. He's definitely dead at this point.
Yeah.
Which is what Victor should have done in the first place. Ben is dead. Arthur comes out of the shower and cradles Ben's dead body.
Not before putting on a white T-shirt.
Putting on a white shirt.
You have to wear a white shirt.
Victor takes out some rubbing alcohol.
Oh, yeah. We didn't mention that.
Which he uses to knock Arthur out with.
Yeah, this movie's logic is if you pour anything into a cloth and then put that cloth on someone's mouth, it'll make them pass out. Because we've seen that in movies.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Oh, not John Williams. No, not cool.
Yeah, I want him to fall over and the entire wall to get knocked down.
He does it to the priest. Arthur does it to the priest with like nail polish remover. It just works.
It smells strong.
Yeah.
Obviously, it must knock you out, I guess.
I've never tried it, so who knows? Yeah.
It's not chloroform.
Right.
Well, that's the idea. That's what you pour into the cloth and put over someone's mouth. But
Then you get a glass bottle, a brown glass bottle, light resistant glass bottle, and you get a white piece of paper from your computer printer and you write chloroform, print it out, get some clear packing tape.
You know what? Even if it's just that kind of brown bottle that looks chemically, it doesn't even need a label. You can assume
as long as it
at that
doesn't
point.
look like nail polish remover.
Yes. We know what kind of bottle that rubbing alcohol comes in.
Right. Rubbing alcohol comes in a very specifically shaped bottle, as does nail polish remover. It's a ladylike bottle. It has a ladylike shape.
Which is good because you don't want to drink this shit.
Right. Yes, exactly. That's why it's shaped like that. That's why they don't put corrosive acid in eyedropper bottles, right?
Like aluminum Coke cans.
Aluminum Coke cans, eyedropper bottles, yeah. Anything that does not serve the purpose of what it is, But yeah, you could find a brown glass American Science and Surplus.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where those are.
Another good place to go for props.
Is that just in the Midwest, or there's a wonderful store that exists, or doesn't anymore.
Due to coronavirus, it might be gone.
It's called American Science and Surplus. It's where your nerdy junior high school science teacher would go to get stuff. They also have leftover crap from machinery.
World War II gear.
World War II, anything.
Projectors, beakers, science lab coats.
Anything you want.
Good prop shit.
But yeah, get an old brown bottle like that in a rag. You don't got to get a lady's nail polish remover from CVS. You could turn it up a notch. Head on down to the American Science and Surplus. I'm sure Hollywood and Los Angeles have their own kind of store.
They went to the prop store to get the gun.
They rented a prop.
Just these simple tips. They'll bring you all the way from Ben and Arthur up to Len Kabasinski. These simple tips.
Yeah, that's true.
So the brother knocks him out with nail polish remover, and then he transports him nowhere because they're still in the same dingy apartment. And then he forces Arthur to be baptized in his tub in what we are dubbing the Oscar scene.
Yes.
Yeah. This is where it's like, oh, he's fearless. He's getting naked on camera. He's a fearless actor with no vanity.
This is the moment.
Yeah.
This is going all the way to Sundance, baby.
Get up!
Especially the landlord coming in. Gotta change the air filter.
But instead, it's incredibly awkward because, yeah, we don't want to see him naked. We're seeing him naked. I mean, I understand the idea of like, it's supposed to be this raw emotion and this fearlessness, but it's just, I don't know. I'm just picturing like there's only 2 actors and 1 cameraman, and that's the only crew for the movie. So it's just incredibly awkward to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not really baptizing him. He's doing it as a way to like show his power.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking baptize you against your will.
Again, like I'm sure we've mentioned this many times throughout the history of Best of the Worst, but you see that scene and you can picture in your head what the filmmakers were probably trying to do.
He thought it was his Oscar moment.
It's handheld, it's very like shaky cam, he's naked, it's raw, it's emotional. That's the idea.
So then he gets baptized and then the seduction occurs.
Well, he figures out that his brother is crazy because he's closeted himself. And so then he angrily tries to seduce his brother.
But in terms of the story, until the very, very end, it never comes up. Mm-hmm. It should have been like that dinner scene, right?
That dinner scene, he's there with another man. But that guy is like, who is that guy again?
It's just a friend from the church.
A friend from the church.
That's an important scene because the friend from the church is like, he's like, come have dinner with my brother and his husband, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right? And try to sway them. And he's like, yeah, so being married and having kids is the greatest thing ever. When are you having kids?
So Arthur, when do you plan to have kids?
No, I'm sure as soon as Arthur gets a beautiful wife and children, then that's when he'll have a nice family. Isn't that correct, Arthur?
And so that guy, that character in the sweater, is there as the straight guy. Mm-hmm. And the brother Victor is there to kind of persuade them.
More drastic measures. Definitely more drastic measures for these 2 idiots. Definitely.
So it ends in the most tragic way possible because that's how you end your gritty indie drama film.
Everybody tragedy.
Everybody dies.
Oh
no! Another gun?
It was just laying there on the futon that's facing the kitchen.
Yeah, well, in the other shot, there was a mattress there. Oh, everybody's dead. Oh, it ended.
So tragic.
Look, I don't know about you, but I thought it was shocking, powerful, and raw.
Rich, have you been writing articles for the Village Voice again?
cut to inappropriate music over the credits that is also copyright free. Canon D, right?
Canon in D.
Canon in D.
Also known as the wedding song.
It's the song that everybody plays at every wedding, which I guess thematically has a purpose, but...
Should have gone back with The Entertainer.
Right. Scott Joplin's 1901 classic, The Entertainer. That
plays over the opening credits, right?
With stock footage of Jupiter. I think it's Jupiter.
Is it? I don't remember. We just watched it and I don't remember.
It's credits over some kind of weird, like, it looks like a lava lamp, but I think it's like NASA footage of Jupiter.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
You sure it wasn't?
I'm often wrong.
Are you sure it wasn't Uranus?
Anyway, the film has some lofty ideals. It aims very high, but it ends up shooting very low.
It ends up shooting itself in the foot.
It ends up shooting so low. It shoots itself in the foot mainly because the guy had no idea how to make a movie.
Yeah.
It shows. It has all the pitfalls and pratfalls of a terrible low-budget movie.
Well, you know, Ben, if I ever get killed, maybe you can take that insurance money and just go ahead and buy 100 bikes. Oh.
You don't want to take away from the importance of the social message in the film and the filmmaker's intent, but when they fail so horribly, you just can't help yourself.
You fuck.
Go ahead and watch it and have a good time and enjoy Ben and Arthur.
Is that a gremlin?